Thanks for tuning in again, guys. We're just resuming where we left off. It's just every time we do an instance, I do cut the video, just so that we can split it up into instance content.
Do not have a target.
So if you remember, before we jumped into the instance, we were going through the Dundonil Barrow, and we were going through here to go and corrupt the Forest Heart as part of a quest.
Too far away.
I feel like I've just found the way out, but we'll see.
Require a target.
Yeah, this is the way out. So I've gone in a circle. I hate these barrows, they are confusing. I should have noticed when I was going up elevation that I was going the wrong way.
I do not have a target. I require a target.
It's down that way. If my pet can handle it, I'm just gonna let them kill it. So I just want to get through this because I will get through the barrow and get lost again. Otherwise, I know exactly what I'm like. I'm assuming it's... Pew, pew, pew. I'm assuming it's down here. There's another path. It's below. Yeah, I'm sure this goes... Feign death is such a good thing.
I need to target something first. I require a target. I do not have a target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
It's got to be down here somewhere. Just heal up. That'll do. I don't think it's up that way. It's got to be down here. We have been this way, but that's it. find it strange that Night Elf, this Night Elf casts lightning, so that's like he's a shaman. But Night Elves can't play shamans. But I feel like Night Elves probably should be able to be shamans because of their deep connection with nature, but then again, they can be druids. You know. Checking something. We should have 5 heirlooms. Yeah, we do. Sorry, my phone's going. I do believe we have a work chat group, you see, so... We're still waiting on news about how we're going to work from home, so... Yeah. It's like, I don't mind working from home. I really don't. I think that's a great idea. I just don't want to go out there while there's this whole outbreak going on. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And if I have to get on a bus or I have to travel, then I put myself at risk, especially because I don't have the best immune system anyway.
I need to target something first.
Not to say I'm immunocompromised as such, but technically I suppose with asthma I am.
I do not have a target.
This is a PvP target. Now, I don't quite know the purpose. So we need to kill some demons and finish some fell fires. We'll kill the outrunners first. Feign death.
I require a target. I need to target something first. I require a target.
Ashenvale Outrunner. There we go. A stealth.
I do not have a target.
There we go. Ah.
I require a target. I cannot attack that target. I do not have a target. I cannot attack that. I need to target something first. My inventory is full. I cannot carry more.
Let's just get rid of some crap because this is going to annoy me. Let's do... Should we do Wailing Caverns? Yeah. It's a long dungeon, but...
Goddess bless you.
What brings you here? May the eternal sun shine.
I just realised that anything you post about social distancing on the internet, if you have an opinion,
You don't have a target.
the amount of times it starts a shit show, even when you didn't want to. Like, I just said that I don't think it's right that people are still going around in large groups right now, because it's not good. And it's not helpful, because what's happening is that
I need to target something first.
people
I
are
require a target. I do not have
still
a
traveling
target.
around. I've seen images of, like, I mean, they're school-age kids, but still. Traveling around in large groups is not doing anybody any favors. It's not good for people, because right now the problem we've got is that people are traveling around in large groups still, and that's not helping the quarantine. So this is only going to stop when
I need
people
to
all
target
listen.
something first.
It's like if you, selfish reasons. I'm seeing My Chemical Romance in June. It's not been cancelled
I
yet.
require a
But-
target.
If people don't listen to social distancing, these concerts,
I do not have
all
a
these
target.
events are going to be cancelled. We've already had Download cancelled. My Chemical Romance haven't cancelled their tour yet, which is great, because I've been waiting to see that reunion for a long time. Now, that's not me saying selfish reasons, it's an example here. So, the example I'm giving is that if you don't practice social distancing, and you don't allow the virus curve to drop, then what's going to happen is all these things are going to get cancelled, and we're going to have to do it for way longer. You know, we're going to have to do it for way longer. Way longer than we would normally. And flattening the curve is what we need to do. So, I can't wait for this all to be over, but the problem that we've got is that there are people, especially in the UK, who aren't taking it
I need to
seriously.
target something
In
first.
fact, I've got one person who's constantly blathering on social media saying this is all because of 5G mass and they're a massive conspiracy theorist, but aside from that, come back now, Rosh, we need you. It's just, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you not do something out of spite because you don't agree with it? Like, oh, I don't like social distancing. That's fine. I don't either. Weirdly, I want to go to work. Weirdly, I want to have a life. Weirdly, I want to be a functioning member of society. You know, I mean, screw me, right? But, you know, this massive social disruption that we're experiencing, it's not doing my mental health any good either. It's not doing anybody's mental health any good. You can be as introverted as you like. I don't go outside all the time, and I don't like the outside very much most of the time because I get nervous. However, not having the option to go, not having the option to do these things, it's not the same as choosing not to. Not having the option to makes you feel trapped in your own home. Not that I have a problem with my family. My family are incredible, but the fact that I don't have the option to even go to a bar for a few beers with my friends, go to my favourite nightclub where I go dance until I'm ridiculously drunk. It's called Corp. That I don't have the option to do that, or I don't have the option to go watch live music, or I don't have the option to just go down the shops and have a look around. I live behind a shopping centre and it's a ghost town because you can't, there's nothing there. Because the only thing that's open is the food shops and the, you know, it's not right at all. It's all wrong. And, you know, the fact that it's given us such a massive disruption goes to show that we need to take this a lot more seriously, I think. Because if we don't take it seriously, this is only going to go on for longer. And I'm not here to give you a lecture. I'm not your dad. But, you know, it's like, I think that... Lord Abs, you did a concert in January. Cool. You see, I went to a concert at the end of last year and it was great, but My Chemical Romance are playing in June, and it's not been cancelled yet, so fingers crossed. But I've also got Hard Rock Hell Sleaze, which is a glam rock festival in Sheffield. and I'm looking forward to that.
My inventory is full. I cannot carry more.
So you went to see Hatsune Miku, oh that's cool. I went to see Ghost at the end of last year, and I went to see Hard Rock Hell, Sleaze. That was Crash Diet, Reckless Love, Stop, Enough's Enough. And this year we've got the LA Guns, we've got Choir Boys, Dizzy Pills. It's going to be a really good show, but that's in August, that's going to be fine. But it's the June concert, 18th of June. I'm supposed to see My Chemical Romance. Now, I have seen them before, a long time ago, but I want to see them again on this reunion tour so badly. So I'm hoping that if it does get cancelled, it gets rescheduled, which I'm sure it would. Like, they wouldn't miss out on an opportunity where they've sold out 3 dates in the UK. But, you know,
Target. My inventory is full.
I'm getting fed up with my inventory being full. I definitely need to ditch some stuff. But I am leveling skinning while I'm here, so am I lagging behind? Sure. Do I care? Not really, because I mean they can live. It's a low level dungeon. Utilities, so I'm going to put this over here. I just think that the only way this is going to improve, and the only way this is going to get any better, is if we collectively work together. If you want to see that concert, if you want to go and do that thing, if you want to have that summer vacation, if you want to go out on holiday, we just all need to work together now. I'm not so much a stickler for doing what the government tells me to do, I will be honest. I don't like the government particularly, so it's not about that. It's about not being selfish, if you ask me. And it's about making sure that the most vulnerable in society are protected, because those are the ones at risk. So you're going to see... Oh, so you go see Miku. Okay, cool. You see, it's never been my kind of music, to be honest, but then it's like, I'm into my rock and metal, so I went to see Ghost. I plan on seeing a lot of live music this year. But we'll see what happens. We'll have to see where that goes, because if we're still in the middle of a global pandemic when it comes to the summer, that ain't happening. But you know, I bought my tickets. So I've got my Chemical Romance tickets, which cost me a lot of money. But at the same time, I don't want to speak too soon and then everything be fine, and then look like an idiot because I was like, I'm not going to get to see my concert, because I don't know, it's June. And there's bigger things to worry about than whether I'm going to get to see the band. I mean, I want to see him.
I require a target.
But, you know.
My inventory is full. I cannot carry more.
Right, in a minute I'm going to have to like
I cannot attack that target.
go and empty my bags because this is annoying me. And what I'm going to do is I've got some money on front of this character. I sent it over from my main, so I'm going to send.
I require a target.
The virus did mess everything up, but if we all practice the right precautions and we all do the right thing, then this can be over. This can be over in the next 2 months, and it's down to us now. The rules have been put in place. If you respect the rules and we do what we can to stay indoors, protect the elderly, protect the vulnerable, then we're going to find that this is all going to be over a lot quicker. It's when I see pictures of people not keeping up with the rules that I get annoyed. Because I'm like, the only people this is damaging is not those people. This is risking other people. It's not about what they want to do, and it's never been about their needs. It's much more about looking at the most vulnerable people we have and realizing that we have to do something. We all have a duty to protect people, and we all have a duty to protect each other, and the only way we're going to protect each other is by not doing stupid things. So, you know, for example, when everybody decided during the first weekend of stay indoors, self-isolation, close the workplaces, etc., etc., what did they do? Everyone went to Skegness. Everyone went to the seaside. No. This is not what you're supposed to do here. Let's have a look here. So I think they're skipping this boss.
Do not have a target.
Oh no, they're not.
I cannot tarry more. I am out of range. I require a target. My inventory.
Oh yeah, the toilet paper thing was really funny. It's annoying, but it's also, if you don't laugh, then you'll cry. So people panic buying toilet paper and screaming. I liked that. That was funny. It's like panic buying is not a good idea. I mean, just look at the way the people in Italy behaved. We didn't need to panic buy.
I require a target. I do not have a target. I need to target something first. I require a
I
target.
keep ditching my
I do not have a
heirlooms.
target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target. I require a target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I get a feeling this tank isn't happy with the fact the DPS is kind of low. It's like, yeah, but I've never played this before, and I'm not gonna rise to it. He's getting, I can tell he's getting annoyed. He's like, do you guys not have heirlooms? It's like, well, no. So I've got 1, 2, 3.
I do not have a target.
Yeah, I've got my 5 looms back. I need to stop equipping gear in those slots. need to find Serpent Bloom. I do have a quest for that here, but I haven't seen a single Serpent Bloom.
I must get closer. I require a target. I need to target something first.
There was a certain level of amusement that came from the world falling apart over toilet paper.
I do not have a target.
Well, the nation, not the world. Other places didn't do that. It's like, panic buying toilet paper is definitely not.
I cannot attack that. I require a target. I am out of range.
Yeah, running dungeons used to be the quickest way to level. I'm not saying it is the quickest way, it's just the way I enjoy. I like running instances.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target. I must get closer.
Need to skin that. I bought a respirator to go outside. I still haven't received it. Bought it a week ago.
I require a target.
I also bought some hair dye because my roots are getting really bad. Still haven't received it. I mean, I get that the post is going to be a bit of a nightmare now because, you know, stuff happens, but it's a case of, at the moment, it feels like everything's falling apart, and that might be the case, but you got to remember that it's all temporary. Everything is temporary, really, but, you know, this is just a temporary measure to prevent something... to prevent a much longer-term problem. We'll just tele out on him because we need to go. Of course, I teleport straight into combat.
Peace, friend. We shall meet. far away. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I should have skinned those.
I require a target. I need to target something first.
Okay, so I was having a look at that. We have a work group chat going. Looks like we're organising sort of our team meetings via video conference, which is great. Where's everyone seeing the goddamn serpent bloom? Because I haven't seen a single serpent bloom in this whole instance.
I do not have a target.
I know what they look like. They're these little red flowers, but I haven't seen a single one. I'm just going to abandon that quest, because... Hi there, Neve. Thanks for tuning in. More the merrier. We're just running some dungeons, and it's just I say, we're just doing a laid-back leveling stream at the moment.
I require a target.
If I'm glancing over at this, it's because my Twitch chat is over on my phone over here on my device on the stand,
I do not have a target.
because I haven't got a second monitor set up yet. And on top of that, also my WhatsApp is going crazy because my work are trying to organise a video conference. Now that's fine, but
I need to target something first.
no one knows where or when, and I believe they're discussing which app to use. I'm just gonna go in there and be like, sure, whatever. Like, when they've decided, because I don't do video conferencing a lot. I do streaming.
I require a target.
The amount of video conferencing I do is
I do not have a target.
is FaceTiming people via Facebook. Well, video calling. It's not FaceTiming.
I need to target something first.
It's like, I know how to set up a virtual chat room for these people, but I don't know what platform they want to use. I think with it being a secure work environment, there's got to be certain protocols like encryption and stuff. So there's got to be a private chat room, and they've got to make sure it fits all the criteria, businessy, blah, blah, blah. That's not anything bad about them. That's just like, I have no idea what's going on. I just keep glancing over, I'm like, Especially because I deal with people's personal sensitive information when I'm at work, so... Okay, so I still do freelance graphic design, but I don't do that as my main job. My main job is, I won't name the company, but I work for workplace pensions. So I help people access their money, or mainly dealing with sort of financial advisors and stuff like that. So mainly it's just talking about different legal restrictions, policies, things like that. You know, it's advice and help. We can't get not financial advice. Cause I'm not a financial advisor by any means. I'm gonna say I wouldn't trust me to give anybody financial advice. I wouldn't even give a child financial advice at this point because I spend my money on the stupidest things. For example, didn't really have the money, but I decided to have my neck tattooed last month because I was like, I want to have my neck tattooed because that's normal apparently. But it's like, so I don't do financial advice, which is good because otherwise I feel like I would ruin a lot of people's lives. To be fair, the neck tattoo didn't hurt too bad. The neck tattoo was pretty easy by comparison to some of the tattoos I've had, because some of them were the absolute worst. So, prime example would be this one, my elbow. That was probably the worst, combined with when these tattoos were going over my knuckles. Those hurt. Also, weirdly, the wrists. And how long did it take? I want to say about 2 hours. It only hurt a little when it was going over the Adam's apple just here. This bit stings, and when it was getting down to the clavicle. When this is all over, I'm definitely getting these bits finished, and then the background done. I mean, the sides of my head, these two weren't too bad either. These were actually quite painless, the two sides of my head. So I got the Devil's Cross, Leviathan Cross on one side, and Baphomet on the other. And I think this one took like 2 hours because this is a Ouija board planchette, and there's a lot of detail in it, and I had a lot of fun with it. But it does. I mean, if someone tells me a tattoo doesn't hurt, then I'm going to say you're a liar because all tattoos hurt. Yeah, the front of the neck's a very fragile, tender place because you've got a lot of nerves here, a lot of important stuff going on. So I knew it was going to hurt, but I was led to believe it was going to be a lot more painful than it actually was. A prime example of this is that my brother had to tap out halfway through his. Not because he's a wimp or anything, but because, like, it does hurt. Different pain thresholds for different people. I've clearly got a really high pain threshold because I've never had to tap out of a tattoo. Never once have I had to stop what I'm doing. Like this, I thought I was going to have to stop for it because if you can see where it goes up here, this bit was really gnarly, and so was this because it's all black. But I didn't. Quite proud of that. And when I did this on my head, this side here, so it hurt when it was going up here, and then on this side, this one was really, for me, this was easy. I didn't have to stop for anything on that one, so that was kind of easy. That one was a little rougher, but that's because there's a lot more shading in this one. I'm just going to stop the YouTube video here because we finished an instance, and every time I finish an instance, I do a different YouTube video so people can split it up. Just a second.